Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back to the Creating an Impactful Legacy. And my guest is Ramesh. She's been on my show before, but we thought we'd do an update and just carry on our conversation from the last time. So Ramesh, tell us what's new and what's exciting that you would like to share that's happening right now.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. First of all, I'm so glad to be here again. Well, since we met last time, there are a lot of things that have happened. And one of the great things is that I have got now a very, very well-defined 6-week course that I have developed on leadership development.
Right.
I initially taught live to some of the professionals. It is meant for working professionals to get ahead, to go to the next level.
Right.
So imparting skills like mindset, communication, connecting skills, team skills, organizational skills, and so on.
Right.
So now that course is something that is available to be done in self-paced version. And one university, an accredited university in Southern California, this week has listed my course as one of the certificate course for their students.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
That's very good. So that's a huge thing that has changed. Other thing that has happened is that I have launched a year-long premier membership coaching program, which includes some set of one-on-one and group coaching. Right. And I'm very happy to say that there are 4 subscribers to that program already. That's awesome because I that shows that people are benefiting from my other services that I provide, which is much more short term. Now they're ready to sign for long term. Third thing that I've been doing, Marilyn, is that I'm talking to several different forums and I'm trying to touch lives, irrespective of business upside. I have talked in Caribbean. I've done a leadership talk in Caribbean. I've done, 2 weeks ago, I did a leadership talk in Africa. Virtual. It's a country called Guinea. And there were like great set of budding entrepreneurs on that side of the world who don't even know English very well. Their primary language is French.
Right. Wow.
That was awesome to really do talk there, and they were so happy and they thought that they benefited a lot. So I'm continuing to touch lives and expand my reach in terms of my leadership.
Right. That sounds so great. It sounds something really exciting because when we first start out, sometimes we don't know what's going to happen, right? And sometimes we just have to put our foot in our mouth out there and see what happens, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So what is
I will tell you. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No. I was just going to ask you, what did you do to get yourself out there and how'd you get your course, recognized?
Okay. Yeah, so I have to tell you that I did join a coaching program.
Okay.
Which helped me create and launch course.
Right.
And they have some kind of a 8-step process to go through creating the course properly. But the key part is market survey.
Right.
Market survey, you got to be connected with folks that you're intending to serve.
Right.
And so the idea is to collect as much input as possible regarding what challenges they're facing in terms of leadership or advancing in their career. And I interviewed maybe about 24 people, professionals. And I collated the information and I created got a theme out of that as to what people are facing. So that was the key to creating a very, very powerful course that I delivered today. And of course, it also involves doing some beta dry run of the course and setting up the systems and all that. So that was very helpful. In terms of
Right. So what kind of, do you mind sharing what platform you decided to put your course on, or is it just by live?
Yes. So there are a lot of various platforms, and I've been also trying different platforms.
I know.
Right? You can never know what is the right one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So first I started with Thinkific. Thinkific is one of the most well-known course hosting platform, and it has a lot of features, bells and whistles.
Yeah.
If you really want to do a lot of courses, you can go with that, but it is also pricey in terms of
Right.
monthly subscription.
Right.
Then I switched to a CRM tool, and currently the CRM tool I'm using, it's called Influencer Soft.
Okay.
And it is integrated feature set. It includes funnel building, customer campaigns, course platform, store payment gateway, and affiliate program. All of that are included in that.
Right.
I'm using the course platform over there. However,
Okay.
I'm still evaluating a few more tools to start hosting in a better way in coming months.
Right. Yeah, there's so many out there, and they might sell
Yeah.
something and then you buy it and then it's not at all.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Oh my God.
then-
I looked at Thinkific or whatever that is, like you were mentioning. And I just got so confused. And it says everything I want, like I would have to pay the higher price. So I just said, I'm going to stick to my website for right now and do the mail out and that get people to sign up for whatever I'm offering until I get to that point where I can actually say, okay, I'm ready to jump in and pay more, right?
Yeah. And there is one thing I learned and I'm evaluating right now is that there is a tool called ThriveCart. ThriveCart is actually a payment gateway tool where you can set up your store and get payments and all those things. But they also have introduced course hosting recently.
Okay.
It's called Learn feature of their thing, and you can host a course. So I'm evaluating that to see, because I need ThriveCart anyway for my payment system. So if can also do course hosting, then at least there is one less tool I need to deal with. So that's going on.
Yeah.
And another big dilemma that you go through in evaluation of tool, and even if you want to try it out, is do you want to go for monthly subscription or yearly subscription, right?
Right.
If you go for yearly subscription, it is really economical because then they give discount. But monthly they keep it exorbitant.
Yeah.
and then you say, oh, maybe I should, 1 year is good. And then you subscribe to 1 year and they say, oh no, that was the wrong one anyway. Oh God, then I paid more.
Yeah, you have all these growing pains, right? Until somebody tells you, this really works well, and it might work for you. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try it, check it out. Yeah.
Another big lesson I learned is that I can't do everything myself.
Right.
That was of course, that should be pretty much like a common sense, but it took almost 8 months for me to realize that. I was trying to do everything myself. I can't really spend on people yet. But ultimately, I have started contracting out some specific work, and they are able to get some work done from offload me, and even though it may cost, but that's the best way to do things. So.
Right. Yeah, I would like to have somebody take over the podcast part of it, putting it all together and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm slowly moving a little bit direction with the podcast. Well, not really moving it. I'm just going to offer different topics with it besides the ones I've been doing. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about you, since the call is about you. So tell us a little bit about what else your game plan is and what growth strategies you're using.
Sure. So far, my idea is that I have struggled in my life in terms of my career development and my leadership development. I was an introvert growing up. I had to struggle a lot. I had to work long hours, not spend enough time with family, and change country. Coming from India, I had to move from India to US for further my career. This all really took a toll on me. So I'm really trying to see if I can come up with some of those tips for the young professionals, so that they don't have to go through the same thing. Okay? So one of the things that I found is that LinkedIn is the best forum for me to reach out to folks. So I have really been researching LinkedIn in the last 3-4 months, 6 months actually, where I really have figured out ways to reach people on LinkedIn and my LinkedIn following is increasing big time. Now I think just last week it exceeded 4,000 connections on LinkedIn.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. And also I have turned on the creator mode, which means that I also have followership. I can open followership as well. So there are separate set of followers and 4,000 are connections.
Right.
So that is really means that word is getting out there and people are interested in hearing about what I do.
Right.
So I felt like the sweet spot for me is mid-level professionals who are senior engineers or tech leads or first level managers. Right. Those are the ones who are responding to me the most. And I think they see huge value in what I offer.
Right.
So that's why I have now reduced my focus in higher management or director, senior vice president and all that. Right. And also at entry level. Yeah. So that is refinement. You know, you have to go through this kind of market refinement, target market refinement. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. We all start somewhere and we aim for this and then we find out later, oh, they're not really ready or they don't want to, or maybe it's just not, they don't resonate with you. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
but one thing I found is that those people who they are very short-term focused. Many of them, they want career advancement, but they want to say, what can I do in next 2 months?
Right.
What can I do in next 3 months? And I keep educating them that it's not about 2 months, 3 months. This is about transformation, guys.
Right.
I mean, it takes time. I would say 1 year is at least the least time you should be spending in turning yourself around. But at least 6 months is what I advise people.
Right. Yeah, because, you know, you're not going to get a big turnaround in 30 days unless you're just offering some very small thing in their business, like increasing their sales or something like that.
Right. Or resume review.
Yeah.
Or getting your first interview. Of course. I mean, that's not what I'm doing. I'm into much bigger things.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me a little bit more about, have you had, obviously you've had some success stories. So do you want to share one or something of a client that you've worked with and how you're able to help with them?
Yeah, sure. So actually, so there is one professional who was working for Cisco, and he was a data analyst there, and he was been working for more than 10 plus years, and he felt stagnated, and he wasn't really working in the thick of the new trending things. And he is a C type, you know, in the personality personality is a C type, deep dive, analytical, expert, quality oriented guy. So I worked with him for about 4 months in terms of improving his communication. Two things we noticed is that he had hard time making his communication concise.
Right.
Because they're detail-oriented people. They want to give details and they want details.
Right.
So if you ask them a simple thing, okay, hey, how is the project doing? And they will go rambling for about 20 minutes as to I'll tell you exactly how many steps, 22 steps in the project, and 16 we are doing well, but 3 of them we are not doing. And I'll tell you why we are not doing well on those. Hey, hold on. This is not what you should be. You should always communicate. You have to see the audience as well, and you have to customize your communication. So that was a big eye-opening for the person. Any case, we worked on about a few different areas: communication, connecting with people. He had a hard time connecting with people, and he was also very least organized person. You know, he was still using papers to do the to-do list. Can you believe who does to-do list on paper?
I
I'm sorry. You should be coached by me. I'll tell you exactly how I set up my personal organization using the right set of tools, and it's all the information is available on fingertips.
Okay.
So I did coach him on that. We took about 4 months, and then he started applying for jobs, and he changed to a company called Palo Alto Networks, which is a Silicon Valley company, networking company with 40% higher compensation.
Wow.
So and not not only that, the biggest thing was that he's now working at the latest technology, latest things that he really wanted to work with, so that his marketability improves.
Right.
Now that if he's that kind of work that he's doing, he can easily market himself up level himself.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one case study I can share with you. Another person was a tech lead in a Silicon Valley software company, and he was having trouble with some team management, team conflicts. And so that was the part I coached, and he has recently got a job as engineering manager in an AI company in Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So there are several examples. Now I've got some video testimonials as well on my website now.
Okay.
So,
oh, good. Yeah, it's like leading cats when you're working with engineers, right?
right.
That's what I've been told anyway. I don't know. Yeah. That's great. And so do you want to share any tips or suggestions that people can do?
Yeah.
And then how can they get a hold of you?
Sure. So actually, there are 6 different areas in which you need to focus on if you really want to up-level your contribution in the company, or increase your influence. One is your mindset. Everything begins with mindset, right? Your inner self has to be ready. You got to be highly self-aware. You got to have a high self-image. You got to assess your environment. You got to be getting out of comfort zone. All are part of mindset. Second thing I would say is communication. Now you might think that you're communicating well, but you have to assess the effectiveness of your communication. Are you listening well? Are you being assertive in the right situations? Are you being concise, as I mentioned? So all of that is very important. Third thing I would say focus is on connecting with people, because communicating is not enough if you don't connect at a deeper level, if you don't develop a relationship. So how to develop a relationship is very important. Because once you have developed a relationship, people will do more than what you ask them to do. That is what I found. And that's very important.
For sure.
Then I would say your team skills, resolving conflicts with people, handling difficult employees. Those things are very important. Then your organizational skills. And lastly, dealing with right level of management, higher management, how to become more visible with higher management, how to influence decision of higher management. Those things are very important. So these are the general areas that you should focus on. Now, if you want specific tips, I would say first thing first is self-awareness. Focus on self-awareness. Know your strengths, know your weakness, know your passion, interest, know your vulnerabilities. Very important. If you know that, then you should do something about it.
Right.
And you should not just sit on the laurels of your strengths. You got to keep improving your strengths as well. So it's not like, hey, I'm good at this, so I stop at that. No, you got to keep learning, right?
Yeah.
So self-awareness is the biggest thing I would recommend people to focus on. And second thing is know about personality profiles of the people. That helps in connecting with others.
Right.
So if you know the behavioral profile of the people around you, you know what they like, what they don't like, how to get more out of them.
Yeah.
That really goes a long way in maximizing your team performance and maximizing your influence as well. And last thing is managing priorities. Just managing priorities is always a challenge. If you don't manage it well, you will be working long hours, not spend enough time with family, but still you won't know what have I done today? Is everything I did was important or not?
Yeah.
So these are my general tips.
Yeah. Awesome. So how do we get a hold of you, Ramesh?
Well, so I have a website called quantumvisionconsulting.com. Now it is a mouthful, but I kept it simple. It's just one word, quantumvisionconsulting.com. That's my website.
Okay.
But biggest place I think you can connect me with is on LinkedIn.
You're right.
LinkedIn, my handle is R Devangan, R the first letter of my first name and my last name, R Devangan. That's my handle on LinkedIn. And that's where I play, or I post every day. I post a tip or a book review or a blog or some kind of a leadership quotes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things on LinkedIn. So,
Okay.
so if you can subscribe to my LinkedIn page or you connect with me or follow me, you'll be in the know of all of the things I do.
Right, right, right. And of course, when the video gets out, all your information will be there as well. So how to get a hold of you, and they want to follow you, if they want to make an appointment with you, and go from there, right?
Yes. And in fact, I'll send you the URL for the course that university is hosting.
Yeah.
And that's something I would love for you to get it out, so that
Okay.
those who want to do it at their own pace,
right,
and get a university credit with that, they can do it.
yeah,
with that.
yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Ramesh. I've enjoyed our conversation. We've had a lot
Welcome,
of
Marilyn.
funnies, got to learn about a little bit more of me as well.
It is always a pleasure. It's a pleasure to talk to you, Marilyn.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming back on the show and sharing.
Take care.
Okay, thank you, everybody, and take care of each other, and still be kind to each other, because that's really what we need to do, is just be kind to each other. Okay, thank you. Bye.